Okay. You can see we have this plan taped down. I didn't cut the plan this time. I just folded it in half. You can almost see on the the flip side of it there. I don't really typically like to fold them. I try to cut them when I can, but this one was printed on both sides, and there really wasn't a clear line across here that I could see to make that cut, so I just folded it this time. It's not a huge deal. It's just a preference. I like the plan to be much flatter than this. You can see there, but where the fuselage actually is, this is the only fold, and we've got that pretty flat. This is the only one I think that it has kind of a real three-dimensional effect to it, but we're fine. We're gonna be okay. Alright, so the parts we need here are B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the tail block, or the tail end, 6. Alright. So we're going to grab those. Again, I typically don't use anything out of here but the wheels. Sometimes the, what do they call it, the spinner block or whatever, the bearing. Sometimes I use that. I just put that in the front of a dummy motor or a motor that I might scratch build just to hold the prop shaft, because that's essentially what that part is for, is to hold the prop shaft. So, if they're going to provide one, you might as well use it. It serves a purpose. Designed for the purpose, serves the purpose. Use it for that purpose. Again, I want to be careful with our sheets. Sometimes these laser cut parts can fall right out, as they did in this example. Okay, so again, B1 and B4. B2 along the top here, B3 is this, and again there's B4, B5 is here, these are the keels, and B6 is this piece here. So everything we need is going to come off that sheet right there. Those go back in the bin. This is a good blade. I just put this in yesterday, and I've hardly used it. So here we go, back to building on the front 4 inches of my desk. Alright, so we want, getting a laser cut parts out, you just cut away where the laser didn't, and the parts literally fall out. B1, here's B4, and here's B2, and B3. B5. B6. I think that's everything. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Pretty simple. Drop that back in the box along with our sheet. got some new pins. These are a little heavier than what I've been using. Oops, dropped that right on my... Yeah, these are big. Wow. Alright, cool. I'll set these little ones aside for now. You may have noticed the way I put these in. I use a pair of pliers to drive in the pins. My thumb just doesn't have it, what it takes anymore to drive into this wood. So I cheat now. I'll use this. So we want to locate that on there real good. I don't ever pin through the parts. I don't want to split them or crack them. So I do the kind of the friction capture method where we do it like this. Works for me. Everybody likes to do, you know, things a little differently, I guess. Some people use this method. Some people pin right into the parts. Some people use magnets now. I haven't gotten around to using the magnets yet. I don't know if I will. I might at some point make that investment. I don't know. It seems to me that that surface, that whole, if you're going to do that, you've got a surface you can't really cut on like you can on a wood. But then, so then you have a separate little tray that you cut your parts out on or whatever. I don't know. It just seems a little bit extra to me. So here's B2. I just want to make sure I get this. Yeah, see, I think it goes this way. Yeah. Yeah, see. Yeah, see. So anyway, I think it goes. All right, buddy, which way do you go? Yeah. It goes like that. Not like this. Let's try it again. Let's see. Is it either or? All right, let's do it this way then. Always don't just take it for granted and start throwing parts on. You want to make sure if there is a front and a back or a way that it fits better, then that's the way you want to put it on there. And usually the manufacturers are pretty good about labeling a top or a front versus rear. But in some cases they don't. So all the kit manufacturers have their own way of doing it. So you have to have your way of safeguarding, I guess, is what best way to put it. They can do it however they want, as long as you know what you're doing. Is a good way to look at it, I suppose. I should pull that down a little harder. It feels like it's a little loose there. Well, let's do it this way. Let's pop that out of there. Let's really press it into our other pin a little better. There we go. That's good. That's some kind of good. Alright, since the paper's a little thicker here, I don't want this part to bow up, so I'm going to pin it again here in the center. Typically on a run like this, anything over, I don't know, I like to have things pinned down about every 3 inches anyway, just to keep them flat against the board for one, and to keep them from swimming when you put the bulkheads in. The pressure of the bulkhead to push the part up. I'd rather trim the part and have it fit to the plan exactly than be fitting the part in and spreading the keels. That's one way, I guess, to spell it out. So we're trying not to deflect the parts, especially not from the way they're drawn. We don't want to make things fit. We just want to ensure that they fit. If that makes sense. Maybe that's a better way to put it. you start making things fit, pretty soon what you're building bears no resemblance whatsoever to the plan anymore. So rather look at it as though you are ensuring a good fit, not forcing a fit. These are bigger pins. It's a little bit heavier gauge wire than the ones I'd been using. I had been using these. You can see the difference here. Much heavier metal and longer. I like them. I buy online. I buy my kits from HobbyLink, HobbyLinc.com. HobbyLink, that's where I got these pins when I ordered these two kits. And I know it sounds like a commercial, but I've probably, I don't know, ordered 24 kits from them. And they always get the order right. I've never had a mispick or a missed shipment or a problem of any kind. This is a little long, but that's okay. We can always trim her. Doesn't quite fit the drawing. It's a little long for the drawing is what I mean. See how the line is here and how this bulkhead actually should be flush with the back end of the part. Should fit flush over the part. This is going to be a little long. But you see, with wood, it's not, I mean, even with plastic, it's not a problem. But with a balsa wood kit, that's nothing. That is okay. Better too long than too short. And I won't say any more than that. All right, here we go. Let's get this guy in here real good. I don't want it to go below there. And we don't want it to rise up above there. Still puts a little pressure on my thumb, but it's much less when I can add pressure with the pliers to the drive force that I'm using to get these pins driven into the wood. I'm able to apply with both hands, apply the pressure to the pin with with two hands instead of one. If you're just using your thumb alone, you're working too hard. And then this should slide in here and fit nicely. You see it's going to be a little long, and because that's just a little bit off, I'm going to trim it now. So I want these to line up here. Let's do it with this. Let's take a look. See with this. Let's see, I can't probably get that in there. That's where it needs to be. Could cut them both off, couldn't I? Just cut them right to that line. So you might ask, well, why don't you just do that? And then I would say, well, that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And cut it right to the line. Now when we drop this in here, we look pretty good. Yeah, we look all right. Get in there. Right? Yeah, we're good right there. Okay. So let's go ahead and put a little adhesive on that. I'm going to use the old pins for this, since I don't care what happens to them now. And let's get that glued up a little bit. I'm bumping my head on the camera. Okay, so any little bit of offset we have here at the top, you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, a little offset here and a little offset here, a little lip right there. Sanding again is your friend, sandpaper and the sanding block. Take care of all that. So little fit issues like that, don't have a fit about them, don't sweat them. don't worry. That's the only place we're actually going to be applying glue, anywhere on the initial layup. That's unusual. Normally when you're laying up the top and bottom keel aspect of a fuselage, there's more than just one little glue joint, but here we are. Now I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and make the cowling, even though I'm not really going to, I'm probably not going to be using it, but I'm going to lay it up and make it anyway. What I want to do is I'm going to pad this end, the firewall, with some well, almost a 1/4 inch thick. What is the thickness of that stuff? I can't lay my hands on it right now. Yeah, about a 1/4 inch thick sheet balsa. I'm going to pad that up like I did on the P40, and really just kind of thicken that and round out, soften that edges of it. So, and that'll be the motor mount for the dummy engine we're going to put on the front of this thing. And I'll probably do another Williams Brothers engine, something with a lot of detail that I can stick on the front end of this, because I really like that look. And if you don't know what we're going for, here's what we're going for. They include red tissue with the Dumas. Can I pull the camera? Red tissue, and that's for the Texaco Lockheed Air Express. But I'm not building now. Hey, Charlie. There's Charlie, my dog. He's a big old poodle. He's very old. Anyway, so this is what we're going for. It's Roscoe Turner, the Gilmore Oil Lockheed Air Express. That's a Wright Whirlwind engine. I think that's a Whirlwind on there. If they have a kit of that, I'll buy it. Otherwise, I'm just going to do the what I've been doing with the Wasp Junior and just kind of turning it into that. We see he has the cowling off. They've probably been doing some engine work and haven't reattached it for this during this while this picture was being taken. I'm sure that's what's going on. The cowling is off for either engine checking, engine repair, or something. So that's the look. This is a racing white, off-white color with red